family is really the basic foundational unit of society. And being able to get along in a family is incredibly important. At the table is where we teach lessons to our children, and they're captive. We learn about their friends, we learn about their values, we learn about what's making them happy and what's perhaps a concern to them. It is not a perfect place, but it is such an important thing for us to do, to learn about each other and to teach the lessons that families teach.
The Food and Family program that's supported by the Christopher Family Foundation began with a conversation between myself and Doris Christopher. We both felt that the messages that were getting out to the public, and from my perspective, some of the research that was being conducted was emphasizing too much of the negative about families and their roles in supporting children and also their roles in trying to make life easier. We both pretty much crafted together the idea of emphasizing the positive strengths that families bring in creating a healthy environment for their children, for their relationships with each other. And so out of that conversation, we came up with the idea of the Food and Family program.
Focusing on the strength of families from the very earliest point is really an investment in the outcomes of our educational system, employment, and all the things that we would like to see in our society. There's a really rich literature around the importance of family mealtimes, both in terms of family bonding, but also nutrition. Kids who are food insecure are more likely to be hospitalized, to develop cognitive delays, to not do as well in school, to not be prepared for adulthood. Those are important issues to address, and there's no better place to start than the family meal table.
The Family Resiliency Center is a place on the University of Illinois campus. It's housed in Doris Kelly Christopher Hall. They bring together scholars who do research on what is it that builds families up, what is it that tears them down, what are the things that are the barriers in their path to being healthy and to functioning well. The importance of doing this relates to being able to help families know what are some success strategies and what are some pitfalls that they need to watch out for. So the program brings together scholars who study families and who then take the research and use it in order to teach families about being resilient, being strong in the face of the challenges that certainly families face today.
Well, we are an education, research, and outreach center. We focus primarily on issues pertaining to family health and wellness. Much of our work focuses on the prevention of childhood obesity and the reduction of childhood hunger. I think that Doris Kelly Christopher has been very instrumental in really shaping the vision of our center. Her values and ours are very similar in terms of valuing the whole family and their strengths, sharing meals together, and bringing the family together as a whole. Some of the work that we've done here over the last several years has documented that it's what happens during the meal, not just sharing the meal together several times a week, but the positive kinds of communication, attention to positive emotions, being able to express yourself freely and showing genuine concern about each other's activities is what are the health promoting features of sharing a meal together. The Food and Family program is really kind of the crown jewel in our toolbox because I think it helps us bring researchers together and really forces them to think in innovative ways so that we're able to push them in ways that they maybe wouldn't be pushed before. And I think it brings researchers together that might not have worked together before. So for example, Virginia Lucchini, who's a doctoral student in nutritional sciences and works very closely with Dr. Sue Lee and Dr. Sharon Donovan, is also working with Dr. Brent McBride, who's the director of the Child Development Lab. And they're looking at picky eating both within the home and the child care environment. And I think the fact that they've been able to bridge both the home and the child care environment and look at it from the perspective of nutritional sciences, early childhood development, and the family home, and being supported by the Food and Family Program is a really very unique perspective.
The Food and Family Program gives researchers a running start to develop their research in areas such as childhood obesity and healthy eating habits. The Family Resiliency Center enabled me as an undergrad student to be involved in research. Specifically, I helped out with Sprouts. Sprouts is a program where Illinois students go into the classrooms during a normal school day and teach kindergarten students. We teach healthy habits that can range from topics like picky eating, screen time habits, physical activity, energy balance.
It's been a great experience for some of our undergraduate students. Some of them are interested in going on into either education or STEM. Some of them are going on to medical school, and they find it a really great experience. So this has been a fun program to develop that's been sponsored by the Christopher Family Foundation. Another one of the programs that the Christopher Family Foundation supported was Little Bites, which is a part of Abriendo Caminos. The Little Bites program developed these out-of-the-box materials that could be used for children and their families to encourage sharing meals together, eating a healthier diet, focusing on whole grains, and engaging in whole family physical activity. This program has now gone on to receive an over $3 million award from the USDA and will be distributed across the United States, including Puerto Rico.
Mealtime Minutes are public service announcements that are prepared based on the research that's done in the Food and Family Program that focus on strategies and outcomes for families that allow them to come together at the dinner table more easily, more quickly, and really point out the benefit of it.
We've benefited from so many insights from a project that we worked on with the Family Resiliency Center around backpack or weekend feeding programs to address the fact that we knew there were kids who were going home at the end of the week from school and there wasn't enough food in the house. So families were taking items from the backpack, incorporating it into family meals, and addressing the overall household issues. By knowing that, we can change the focus of backpacks to be more supportive of household needs and family meals.
The Food and Family Program at the University of Illinois is truly a remarkable program. To have a program that focuses on the intersection of those two things, food and family, is really important. It's important because they can do research about what are best practices, what really does happen at the table that's positive, and what happens that's not, and how do we achieve the good goals. We're so proud at the Christopher Family Foundation and at the Pampered Chef to be able to be a part of sponsoring this incredible program.